So let me get into the good news. The good news, the white pill. I want you all to feel much better with this report. CNN head Chris Licht admits layoffs on the horizon as anxious staffers grill him during town hall. Huge nerves. Oh no, CNN's going to be laying off more people, guys. Uh-oh. What's this story? From Deadline. Vice Media cuts around 2% of digital news and publishing staff as part of latest consolidation efforts. That's what they call it, consolidation. I call it the end of the old guard. Vice was supposed to be the edgy new media, but they went woke so fast. Now CNN is crumbling down, and I want to stress this as it pertains mostly to CNN. Donald Trump has announced he's running for president. CNN has been brought to heel, is in shambles. Twitter is under the control of Elon Musk. It's going to be a Donald Trump rematch, but without the establishment cultural powers at the level they were in the past several election cycles. So should be interesting, to say the least. But I know Luke is the most sad about CNN's layoffs.
I know I need a violin here to reel in this moment here. I can't believe, we can't have so much great. Where else are we going to get the memes from? Where else are we going to get all the inspiration from?
Hold on there. That's actually true.
I know. You weren't kidding.
We need the opposition.
Yeah.
If there's no CNN.
We need the hacks. We're not the hacks. I mean, what are we going to do?
I guess I can make memes about Luke.
You can make memes
about me. He'll be the only one else in media.
Yeah.
I'll play the antagonistic idiot for you.
But the narrative machine is breaking. At a time when we're going to see Donald Trump come back, the narrative machine is going full swing. They're saying he's a drag on the party. He's not. They're saying there was no red wave. There was. And they're trying to blame Donald Trump and say he's got to go. When in reality, what happens is media manipulation and ballot harvesting. The reason, and I'll stress this point too, there was a red wave. 5 million more Republican votes than Democrat votes. Sorry, that's just a reality. Just because it wasn't in the right places doesn't mean that there was no red wave. But I get it. If you're arguing red wave meant a wave of victories across the country, agreed. If you're arguing that Republicans turned out in massive numbers, then they did. It just didn't hit the places that mattered most.
Did you see how the New York Post covered Trump's announcement?
Uh-huh.
They put it on page 26, and their title was "Florida Man Makes Announcement."
What?
That's how they covered Donald Trump.
They're all terrified of this man. They're saying, look, at the same time,
the New York Post, I mean, they're the ones that broke the Hunter Biden story.
Sure. But at the same time that these media outlets are claiming Donald Trump is done and it's over, they're also claiming he's a dangerous insurrectionist who must be stopped at all costs. We get it. I see you. They're terrified. And here's what happened. The first time around, CNN and these other woke outlets went for the Trump is evil, everybody stop. Well, all that did was embolden Trump. Now they're trying to play it cool. Trump, he's so 6 years ago. He's not cool. You like Trump? You're so lame. That's not going to work either. When Trump gets on stage and then starts going after these people, calling them out, people are going to laugh at it.
I think that even though we see CNN, MSNBC, these different outlets sort of sizing down, even as long as they can still get their message out and there's little competition against that message, then mission accomplished. Because they can put out a narrative, they can put out a story, or they can put out some sort of spin, and then go on all the socials where there's a lot of conservatives and people that are no longer allowed to voice back. And so therefore their narrative, their lies, their truth, depending on how you look at it, is able to take root in that way. And, I don't see these like CNN actually making a pivot towards let's actually tell the truth. I mean, maybe every now and again, just for fun, they will, or maybe just water it down so it's kind of like Fox News, where you're kind of thinking you're watching the right, the actual news, but you're not.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I just want to make a really quick point because there is some rumors that CNN viewership did go up during the Trump announcement. And if you look at CNN's viewership, it's pretty much reliant on Donald Trump. So now, will the corporate media get a revival from Trump, or will they ignore him? How will this play out? I don't know.
2,430,000 views, CNN, as compared to 5,157,000 on Fox, as compared
For last
to,
night?
Yeah, for the Trump
These
speech.
are last night ratings.
Yes, 1,127,000 for Newsmax.
And this is CNN's owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. So it's, I think at this point, which is owned by BlackRock, State Street, like international marketing firms and investment firms. And I think that they're using it as like a form of impact investment at this point, the CNN news brand. They're just going to use it to spread their ideology and let the company be damned. Like they'll let it go under and dissipate. They got bought out, I don't know when. This year. Warner Brothers bought them this year.
This is going to be interesting. Do you see Trump giving a revival to the media? Press 1 in the chat. Press 2 if you don't see that happening, because I'm curious what the people think out there. Because I don't know. It could go either way here.
So this is, last night, CNN had a total of 2.43 million viewers at 9 p.m. Hannity had 5.157. Wagner on MSNBC had 1.8. So let's do this. Let's go back. And then we'll take a look at if Adweek loads. I don't know. The website never loads. Monday to see what their ratings are. Maybe it won't actually allow us to see it. We'll see what happens, but I'd love to compare.
There's a lot of ones in the chat. A lot of people
take a look at this. The views were double the day before. The views were half for Hannity and for CNN. So I have a feeling that CNN's going to lean back into Trump stuff.
But I don't know if ratings is what's going to sell for them. I think that they're using it as impact investment. They're looking at it as a loss. They don't want money out of it. They just want to change people's minds to get them to support the New World Order.
So just really quickly, when the news came about that missile strike in Poland, I automatically had social media up. But just to be aware of everything, I was like, let me just turn on the TV, see what they're saying. And I went on Fox. And on Fox, during this key important breaking news moment, they had an anchor celebrating his own birthday, talking about his achievements. Wow. Right? I went on MSNBC and they were talking about, we need retribution. We need to act right now. And then I went on to CNN and they were talking about, can you guess? Donald Trump on January 6th during this key moment. And they weren't breaking the news. They weren't talking about what was happening in Ukraine and Europe with Russia, with this larger war at the G20. They were talking about Trump and January 6th. And I'm like, really? This is what I'm tuning into? This is insane. I get more reliable news on Twitter than I do, of course, the corporate media.
I'm also looking at these layoffs, and I've been noticing in the last week, Amazon is about to lay off 10,000 employees.
Yeah. Meta laid off 11,000.
11,000. Twitter laid off half their staff, which is a slightly different situation. Well, it's a shrinkage of the economy right now because of what we did for the COVID money print scam or scheme, whatever you want to call it. And now we're starting to see like 10,000 people. What in the heck? That's a lot of there was a bunch of corporate layoffs. Were you guys following all these corporate layoffs over the last week?
Well, I mean, CNN and Vice.
CNN, Vice.
What else is there?
Amazon. I'm trying to get a list.
Meta,
I saw a list of them. Meta. Oh, you know what I really want to know about? This is a little off topic, but Larry and Sergey, the guys that created Google and now Alphabet, where are they? What are they doing? They are in control of the world's largest media apparatus ever created. And they were supposedly a free speech advocates, but are they just gone full technocrat? Like, where are they?
Full technocrat, probably.
Living on an island somewhere in the largest giant mansion ever created with a smart home, and they're just like, whatever.
I like to imagine that the rich people built a city underwater called Rapture, and they're all experimenting with gene editing technologies.
We need you dudes, technology. You guys, you bought YouTube, man.
But Ian, they've been down in this underwater city for so long, and the gene splicing has mutated people, and the society collapsed. So
they're living in the
Isn't that a video game?
That BioShock is one of the best games ever. Yeah, it's a video game. But the general idea is Galt's Gulch. The powerful elites basically leave, let the system rot because it's gone astray, and people want stupid things. And then the people who are productive dip out. I don't blame them. This is what we're...
Idiocracy.
We talked about this the other day when we talked about the exodus from cities. Think about all of the people who fled New York or California because of the COVID policies or whatever. That's a brain drain on these places. The most productive people are moving to Texas and Florida. Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, Texas. So they're going to bring all of that enterprise and ingenuity into these other states. The economy of those states is going to skyrocket. It's going to create this new... I don't know what you'd call it, but effectively like a business rush. There's going to be new opportunities, new money, new inventions, new tech, and these other blue states are going to turn into wastelands. They've lost their top talent.
Where are you, Michael, and where do you see things going financially as well?
Well, obviously, there's a massive contraction happening I was just out for the past month and a half all across the country, all over really. And you see it everywhere, the hurt, the economic hurt, whether it's gas prices or people just going to the supermarkets. I don't see us going in a good direction economically because of the system and because of what we're not doing, as well as the things that we're doing. I don't have a positive outlook on the economy unless, and I know that that's what everybody's trying to do, is get people into these positions of power that can then create a system and make the changes that we need to make so that the economy does work for everyone. Because I think the way to peace and prosperity and happiness and joy and good things is when people are happy and productive and they're doing things and, pursuing happiness, pursuing the things that they want to pursue. When you have people that are trying to figure out, how am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to keep the lights on? It's going to get cold in the winter. Wonder how I'm going to heat my house. That really takes away from the things in life individually and collectively that then create a society where we can start to gain those levels in the simulation and get higher up in this instead of just everything burning up and breaking down.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.